back to my channel. Today is Monday, February 8th, and I thought I'd bring you along for a bit of a different video for me, which is a reading vlog. This is something that I got the idea from, have been getting into booktube and bookstagram, all of that. I've gone on and book TikTok as well, book talk. There's a whole book universe out there that I have never known about before. But yeah, so I got this idea to do a reading vlog from Peru's project. She does them like every single week. She just takes you through like reading and things like that. So I'm going to do it a little differently than her. But I figured I wanted to do it because I know a lot of people's New Year's resolution is to read more and things like that. So I figured I'd take you along and show you how I get my reading in, and I'll just give you updates on the book I'm reading, like every 50 to 100 pages, depending on how big the book I am reading is. And then you can sort of read along with me and let me know what you think as well. Because I love talking about books. It's a newly discovered love, or a rediscovered love, because I definitely, in middle school and high school, I used to read so much, and then in university I really dropped off. But yeah, I had to work through my the regular lunch period, which is 12 to 1, because I'm part of I'm in a conference right now, a virtual conference. So one of the presentations was at 12, so I just watched that. It's now a little after 1. I just heated up my lunch. I meal prepped this delicious casserole. It's like a broccoli and cheese rice casserole, and it's so good. I've been really loving my meal preps lately. And I'm just gonna read for the next 15-ish minutes while I eat this before getting back into work for my break. So if you're into a book, you know that it's hard to concentrate at work. So I like to give myself breaks during the day and do a chapter, not even, of reading, and then really read more at night and in the morning before work. So now on to talking about the actual book I'm reading. So right now I'm reading Codename Helen. It's a historical fiction book about a British, I guess she'd be considered a British spy. I don't really know how to describe it. Anyways, so it follows her, and she is a badass. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it. I've been reading it for about a week. I find it takes me a lot longer to read historical fictions than thrillers or anything like that, because I find the pacing is a lot different than in thrillers. But yeah, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I'm on page 294 currently, and I'm just gonna sit here and read for a while, and then because I'm gonna take you along for a couple days, so once I finish this book, I'm gonna just find something on my Kobo from the library, and I'll let you know what that ends up being. It depends on what's available right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go read this, and I will catch up with you guys probably after work when I'm gonna get some more reading done. Hey guys, so it's now 9 o'clock and I'm just getting in bed now. I'm sorry if you can hear the TV in the background. The Leafs are on, so the game is on. I've just been watching the game with Steven for most of the night, so that's what I did, but I started to get tired, so I'm coming to bed to read. I did read a little bit after work because Steven was in meetings, so I couldn't really do anything too loud for the rest of the evening before we worked out. So I read for a while. I'm now on page 313. So I didn't read that many. This is quite, the pages take me quite a bit of time for this book, just because they're so big. It's been a long time since I've read a book this big, but I'm really enjoying it. And I probably am just going to sit here. I've got one of those alarm clocks that does, like, it's supposed to simulate sunset. So I've just got that on, and it's like takes like half an hour. So usually once it goes off, I decide like whether I'm tired or not, and if I'm not really tired, I'll turn it back on and then go through another cycle, and then I just keep reading until I'm tired, because that's my number one trick to getting to bed early, is to read until you're tired, because as soon as you're tired, you turn everything off and just go to sleep, because I fell asleep like that. As soon as I'm tired, I like fall asleep so easily because of that. But I'm gonna do that, and I'll update you probably tomorrow morning on how far I got, and just talk to you guys about the book a little bit, so that we can, if you're reading along with me, we can discuss it in the comments too. So, good night. I'll talk to you guys in the morning.
Saturdays back in 05, flip flops with the socks high. My dad was driving me down to the Diamond. Backseat, and I thought I was gonna make it big time. Maybe it's crazy to think we're the same kid. It's just circles in my...
Good morning, guys. So it's now like 5:30. I woke up feeling really anxious, so I've just been journaling for the last little while, and I'm about to go make myself a coffee and read. It's literally my favorite part of the day, just reading and drinking my coffee. So I'm gonna go do that, and I got up to about, I want to say like 3:25 around there last night. So I have a little over 100 pages, and I really want to try and finish the book today. That's my goal. So I'll take you along and show you how I fit my reading in throughout the day, and it's getting to be like really sad, but the main character, she's such a badass. It's awesome. I love female protagonists. It's like, they're probably my favorite, just because I think it's just so badass. But yeah, so I'm really excited to continue to read it. I'm really scared that I'm gonna end up like bawling, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee so that I am more awake and my voice doesn't sound like this anymore.
I've been running after some...
Oh my god, this book is getting so intense. I can't stop reading. It's like 6:20 now, and I'm just gonna sit here and read until work. I have to get dressed for work and stuff, because oh my god, it's so intense. I have like 85 pages left to go. Oh, I'm getting really nervous about what's gonna happen, because historical fictions, especially in World War II, always end in like a sad but happy way, because you're happy because it always ends when the war ends or around then, but then I swear every single time someone important dies, but that was the reality of war. And I don't know, I'm just getting... Anyways, okay, I'm going to go back to reading, and then once I finish this book, I'm hoping I can finish it today. I'll show you which book I'm gonna read next for the library. So I'm getting back to this. I want to keep reading, but I need to start work soon. So that's a tip I have if you're trying to get back into reading, is to find when you enjoy reading the most. For me, it's definitely the mornings. I still like to read at night just to help me fall asleep, but the time I get the most reading done and like my favorite time to read is definitely first thing in the morning. So that's my tip if you're trying to get back into reading. Oh, I'm so excited. I just want to keep reading. It's so good. I have about 70 pages still left to go, but I think I'll be able to finish it by the end of the day, for sure. Hey guys, so it's now about 4 o'clock and I'm done work for the day. I went for my daily walk, and I'm going to read again for a little while. One of the reasons why I got back into reading was so that I could have something to do after work that would let me unwind without looking at more screens, because I look at screens basically all day for work. So that's another tip I have, is to make sure that, and this goes for like any habit that you're trying to implement, you need to have a good reason why you want to do it, or else you're never going to do it. So for me, I really wanted to get back into it because it was something that took me away from screens, and also I just love books. So it was an easy choice of this for a screenless entertainment source. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna read this, and I'll update you how far I get. I'm hoping that I can finish it tonight. I'm also planning on taking a bath, and I like to read in the bath later. So like later on, I'm hoping that I can definitely finish this by the end of the day.
Something I know money couldn't help. Always starving for my purpose. Maybe I ain't found it yet. Honest questions with my mother. All these things you think you want, will they ever be enough?
Good morning. It's Wednesday. I've got my coffee here, which I desperately need this morning, but it's still a little too hot to drink because I made myself a French press coffee, and those take a while to cool down. But I did end up finishing Codename Helen last night, and it was so good, but I was like crying because, like, I thought something sad happens. It happens every single time you read a historical fiction, especially like World War II. Like, someone dies because, like, that's war, right? But it was really, really, really well written, and really, like, I really, really enjoyed it overall. But yeah, so, and then I also got another book on my Kobo from the library. The reason I have Kobo is because I'm in Canada, and Kindle, you can't borrow books from the library here. So I have Kobo. And I got another Harlan Coben novel. I'm not sure how to say his name, but I read in 6 years, I think that's what it's called, before I read Codename Helen, and it was so good, and he's now become probably my favorite author for thrillers, so I decided to pick up another one. I mean, based on that book, he's going to become my favorite author. We'll see how this one goes, but already I can tell that I'm going to like it just as much, because the thing about thrillers is that a lot of them are like slow burns, so it takes a while to get into them, but his books, immediately after chapter 1, I'm hooked. That's the great thing about his writing, is I'm in, I want to keep reading so much. So I've already read 1 chapter. I'm 4% into the book. So for the next like hour or so, I'm probably just going to sit here and read before work. It's my favorite time in the morning, is just to spend time reading and drinking my coffee. So this brings me to my next tip, is to find whatever genre you like to read. Like, what genre makes you flip through pages really fast. For me, it tends to be thrillers. I do sometimes, if I'm in, like, depending on my mood, I also will really flip through like cheesy romance books, but I have to be in a specific mood for those. I really have been liking the thriller books, especially this year. That's my next tip, is you're trying to get back into reading, you need to find the genre of book that makes you want to keep reading, because once you find that, you won't be able to put the book down. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it's now Friday. I haven't updated you in a little while, but I haven't been getting too much reading done since I last vlogged. Just my usual morning and night reading because Wednesday, when I last updated you, was actually Stephen and I's anniversary, so we spent the night just eating really good dinner and watching TV together, just hanging out and spending time together. But I'm now 37% of the way through Stay Close by Harlan Coben, and I definitely don't like this one as much as the last one I read by him, but I still think he's a really good author and I'll read more books by him. But this one's a lot more violent and gruesome, I would say, than the last thriller I read, which was more of like a what's happening, so you just want to keep reading. And also, I'm not a huge fan of when books switch point of views, like multiple point of views. If they limit it to only like 2, maybe 3, then that's fine. But like I feel like I've read like 5 different point of views already in this book, and it's just very confusing and disorienting when you're reading it. So far I'm not gonna recommend this book, but definitely check out books by this author. But I do want to end this vlog off here. If you liked this reading vlog, let me know, and I'll definitely do more of them because I thought it was really fun to do this and to give you little tips on how you can keep up your reading goals in the new year. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!